we look at the overall picture, not only that individual store, because you don't see what's going on the sides, but judging of what they have and how they're going to look during the day, or how they're going to look at night, how they're going to light up. Because by make of the sign, we know this sign is a face lit, this sign is backlit, this sign doesn't have lights. So what do you do different between all those, right? To like even color, but sometimes they have their own colors. So there's like many challenges to overcome. But then we find the right size and the right make. Maybe we overmaster it. We make it so nice that the other signs look crappy. That will be the big difference, you know. So you have to be creative. It's a creative field.
How does it make you feel when you really nail it with a sign, like, you know, that's like on a crowded block or something, and you know that, you know, your client's sign is just like soaring above all the others? Like, how does that make you feel as a creator?
So when we create signs, and let's say if there is a challenge, like we have to be different from the other signs, and we find that solution, it's really overwhelming for us that we found that solution. And once the client understands that we found a solution, it's really powerful, and that's how you enjoy your job. Like, it's not, we can't call it a job, but that's we enjoy what we're doing, you know, finding those solutions. When we have a project, we want that sign to look as best as possible. So we understand the fabrication process. Our clients don't understand how our signs are being made. So we as professionals, we have to oversee the things that we need to pay attention to, where that sign is being installed. Because they're like, when you make letters, there might be seams that needs to be joined together. There are some signs that has trim cap that has joints together. So based on the height of the sign, where it's going and where those joints going to be, we pay like that. We were coming back to like details and overseeing every small detail of how the letters are made, or how the overall sign is made, where those lines are, where the joints are, where the paint is like over paint, like over, like, let's say the overlap is. We pay attention to all those details, and when you see an end product and when you see the sign looks nice, it's because of those small details. You can have a nice sign and have a joint in there, somewhere line, and that's where, like, people don't understand. They're gonna point out, like, what is that line there? So that was a mistake in a shop, that it wasn't overseen. That's a very important thing. If you want your project to look nice at the end, you have to do your homework. You have to oversee that production to make all these joints in the right place. And that's why I'm saying, like, if someone understands, they'll understand that was done wrong. And people who don't understand, they're going to point out, say, like, where is that line? Where is that hole? And sometimes, like, channel letters, let's say channel letters, electrical signs, have holes on the bottom. That's called a drain hole. That's a UL code. That's a electrical code. So the water won't get trapped inside of the letter. And sometimes clients might say, like, what is that hole for? But that hole is a drain hole. And when you explain, and then again, like, educate that this is a code, if something happens, the water goes into the letter, it will drain and your sign will continue working. And it's like, oh, okay, you know, we thought it's a mistake.
And what is the UL code? Why is that important?
As a sign company, there are some sign companies that they are UL certified, and there are some sign companies they're not UL certified. If you do digital printing and then like day-to-day signage, you're not involved into electrical signs, you don't need a UL. But once you do an electrical sign that involves LEDs or power supplies or city permits, then you have to have a UL certificate. UL certificate is a certificate that you have to get. You have a contractor license, and then you get UL certificate, and then and then you make UL compliant signs, which are regulated. This is for safety. In every electrical component, even if you buy a lamp from a store, you might see those white stickers that says UL. It's under laboratories, so they they check every, like in every industry, they have any electrical components, they have different ULs. For signage, we have our ULs. So let's say our power supplies or transformers we use, they cannot use in lighting for the interior. There's like different products. So we're regulated. It costs us money to to keep that license. Every year we pay high fees, and we're being audited probably like 4 times a year. So an inspector might come unannounced to the shop and ask for projects we're working on. And what we used for previous projects, we have books that we write everything down, which UL went to for which project. If it's a box sign, it's a different UL number. If it's individual channel letters, they're different stickers. And it has every sticker has a number. With that number, they can recognize who made that sign. If something happens in the future, if something went wrong with the building or electrical, or there's a fire or something, they can recognize who did the sign. It's really important when you do electrical sign, it's my recommendation to use or to do research to find out if that shop is a UL approved sign shop or not.
What happens if somebody has an electrical sign that is not UL certified?
If you have an electrical sign that's not UL certified, you don't know how it's made, because someone can put components that don't go with each other, and it can be fire hazardous, to have something like that. Especially when you have a storefront sign, and you have a sign without UL, you're not sure what was used. Are the LEDs right? Is that power supply that was used, was it meant to be for sign? Is it on the roof? If it's raining, what's going to happen to it? Does it have all these safety features or no?